There was a time in Fortnite's history where players would gladly spend $20 on a skin with no intention of ever using it. I'm talking about the Love Ranger, of course. In 2018, if you didn't have the love wings on the back of John Wick, were you even good at the game? Backblings used to be the ultimate status symbol. They were the defining feature of a sweat. The black night shield, the love wings, the cuddle bow, the list goes on. But when you look at the game today, you rarely see anyone rocking a backbling. Somewhere along the line, the most popular cosmetic slot in Fortnite became a ghost town. So what happened? What led to the decline of the backbling?
It's crazy that 99% of my viewers aren't even subscribed to me. So before the video starts, it would mean the world to me if you dropped a sub and liked the video. And if you want to support me even more, you can use code JADES in the Fortnite item shop. Enough of that, let's get into the video.
To understand the fall, we have to go back to the peak. Early Fortnite was all about expression. The backbling was a revolutionary mechanic that no other BR offered. There wasn't a single BR that offered this amount of cosmetic customization, which allowed for a magnitude of different combinations, or as most Fortnite players would say, combos. Back in 2018, if you were a default skin, you were a target. If you had any skin at the time, you were feared. But if you were rocking one of the sweaty combos, that being a outfit plus a backbling, everyone would try to run away from you. But as the game continued, players improved, the skill ceiling rised, and everything changed. Soccer skins were released, and creative became a brand new mode. This spawned a new type of sweat, creative warriors. Creative warriors changed everything.
What? How did you shoot before me?
All of a sudden, Fortnite wasn't a shooter anymore. It was a game of angles, grids, and visibility. This is where the placebo effect kicked in. Technically, backblings don't increase your hitbox. But when you ask any pro why they don't use one, they'll always say it feels clunky, it can lower your frames, you name it. There are countless reasonings behind why pros won't wear backblings anymore, but it comes down to two simple things: ADS visibility and visual clutter. When you're box fighting, every pixel of information is crucial, especially when you're competing against top players. So if you wear a massive cape or flapping wings, you are voluntarily blocking a portion of your screen. In a game that can be decided by milliseconds and right-hand peaks, that visual noise is a competitive disadvantage, which renders backblings as pay to lose. This caused something known as the trickle-down effect. The pros stopped wearing them to optimize their FOV, which led to up-and-coming players doing the same, which eventually led to casuals also doing the same. This led to a majority of the player base forming the consensus that backblings equal bot, and no backbling equals sweaty. The aesthetic shifted from cool to clean. Players started to prioritize slimmer player models because why would you ruin the slim frame of a superhero skin by adding a bulky backbling? While I was recording this video, I honestly got kind of curious, so I decided to go boots on the ground, and I joined up a creative game and decided to ask around what people thought of my combo. Oh, what do you think about this combo right here? I need your analysis.
It looks like you're in 2018. In 2018, I would run for my life for you. Like, I would run and wouldn't stop until I reach that soccer stadium right next to that giant hill.
That's exactly the response I was looking for. Thank you, man. And this was pretty much the same response that I got from everyone that I talked to. And this really was no surprise. It's exactly the response I expected from most people, and it really just shows you how iconic the John Wick skin was paired with Love Wings. And it kind of just shows how special Fortnite back in the day really was. Because even if there are sweaty skins now, like the superhero skin, there isn't a single skin in the game that would have you shaking in your boots, running across the whole entire map just to escape. But anyways, to pivot back to what I was talking about before, the whole scene kind of shifted. People began to stop using backblings altogether. But that's not where the trend ended. It's not like players just suddenly stopped liking backblings and stopped liking the personalization of their characters. It was that they felt like it was a disadvantage, which made players start searching for backblings that were actually usable, which birthed the rise of these 3 backblings: Spectral Spine, Rainbow Clover, and the Sun Sprout. These 3 backblings were used by so many pros, and they became the new sweaty backblings. Forget the Love Wings, forget the Black Knight Shield, these 3 took over the whole game. And just like the Love Ranger, people were just buying these skins just to obtain the backbling with no thought of ever actually using the skin it came with. But for the Sunsprout, that was different, because to get the Sunsprout, you didn't need to buy a skin. You could just buy the backbling on its own, which in my opinion was a great change from Fortnite. Fortnite pretty much does this with all their skins now, so if you really just want to buy a backbling, you can do that. The days of spending money on a skin to never equip it were over. And the thing that's really interesting about these 3 backblings that I named is that it all came from the influence of pro players in Fortnite. This really showcases how much power pros had over what people were wearing in game. Players like Mongrel were a big reason to why some of these backblings were so popular. For example, the Clover backbling, Mongrel is pretty much the only person I think of whenever I see that backbling. And that pretty much takes us to where we are today. In a game with thousands of cosmetics now, the trends within identity of the game have kind of died down. The whole cosmetic scene is just too saturated, and a lot of people that play Fortnite nowadays aren't even playing normal battle royale, because there's a million different game modes made by UEFN creators, and the game is basically turned into Roblox. So I think it's safe to say we've probably reached the last leg of this whole journey, and we probably won't ever see these trends become as big as they used to in the past. But I do have to say, Fortnite definitely has started to notice that people don't really use backblings, or at least that they're on the decline. And honestly, a lot of the newer ones that come out actually are a lot more usable than they ever have been in the past. Some of the ones that came out recently that I really like are the Clicks keyboard backbling, the BMO backbling from the Adventure Time collab, and the Daft Punk backbling. We're just now in a space where pros kind of have less influence and sweaty stuff is just less admired. But anyways, I hope you guys did enjoy this video. I thought it was really fun to make covering this topic. And if you did enjoy it and if you did make it to the end, I please ask that you subscribe and like the video. It really does help my channel out a lot. I'm a pretty small creator, so all the support really means a lot. And if you guys want to support me any further, you guys can use my code JADES in the Fortnite item shop. I hope you guys have a great day. It's been your boy Jades, and I'm out. Peace.